Coming up next, my top 3 clubbing fragrances. Never done this video before. Got my best clubbing outfit on. Stay tuned to find out what they are coming up next. Welcome back everybody to Joel the Nose, and today's video, as I said at the outset, are my top 3 clubbing fragrances, and none of your typical designer stuff that, Acqua di Gio, Bleu de Chanel, the typical ones like that. But, because as you know, I stick mostly to niche. There is couple honorable mentions in here that I would not consider niche. So, clubbing, got my best, as I said, got one of my best clubbing shirts on. This is Karl Lagerfeld shirt. I really like it. It's perfect for kind of nighttime, late night fun. And so, what am I picking here? Clubbing fragrances, to me, just quick criteria, are ones that are going to be typically a little bit loud, a little bit bold, a little bit sweeter to attract to the women, mass appealing, easy to wear, long lasting, and good, as I said, good projection at the beginning. Those are really what I find good, and they're ones that, especially if you're dancing and really kind of getting in the groove, they're gonna stay in your skin, they're gonna last a long time, so they're not gonna wear off and kind of evaporate as you sweat. So without further ado, let's get right into this. My top 3, let me do my 2 honorable mention first. My boy Jeremy with Date for Men. This is a fragrance I've worn a number of times at the club. It is, what are you gonna say? It's like a mashup. I've said this before. It's like a mashup of all the classic designer fragrances. Alberto Marias, the legendary perfumer, of course, created this. I think right now, Jeremy is closing down his fragrance line, and you can get a massive sale. I don't know, like 60% of something like that of what the normal retail price. So if you like his fragrances, now's the time to go check out Fragrance One website and buy some. But Date, it's a banger. I mean, it is what it is, whether you like him or not. Now that the price is so much cheaper, I think it's a good value. I think before it was overpriced, too expensive, but quality fragrance if you like that more designer type. And then let's see, coming in actually at my second honorable mention is, I want to make sure that I had the right one here because I have a couple of these. This is the fragrance from the 70s, HALSTON Z14. This is that kind of spicy, woody, just very sexy fragrance from the 70s. HALSTON, for those of you who don't know, that was the classic American designer who was huge in the 70s in New York into the 80s. This was a fragrance that was worn by almost every American male. If you were in clubbing in New York, if you were at Studio 54, you probably smelled this on about every other dude that was around. This is legendary. So I like giving a shout out to old school vintage fragrances, and this is one that, again, still holds up today. I wear it. I've worn it out to the club. The only problem with this is an eau de toilette, so it's not going to last you as long. It's going to be good for the first few hours, and then it's going to kind of wear off. So not going to be an all-night fragrance. This is going to be an early night club fragrance rather than you're out till morning. All right, let's get into my top 3. I mean, any clubbing fragrance list would not be complete without, of course, Club de Nuit, Intense Man. This is the eau de parfum. Of course, there's the eau de toilette. To me, either one, they both are hard to distinguish. I've done extensive videos. You can see my past. Some of my most watched videos are comparing these. Of course, comparing this to Aventus. To me, even though I don't wear this particularly anymore, I let my boys wear this who like to go to the clubs. They're in their late teens, early 20s. And the reality is, it still gets a lot of compliments. It lasts a long time. It smells very mass appealing and pleasant because it's got that Creed Aventus smell. Whether it's the best clone or the perfect clone, it's an extremely good clone. of Creed Aventus. So that always does well. It's done well for over 10 years now. The Creed Aventus, type formula that has spawned a million copycats and similar fragrances. But Club de Nuit for around 30 to 40 bucks for the Eau de Parfum for over 100. This is a 125 milliliter bottle. I think it says on here, I want to confirm that. Actually, I'm sorry, 200 milliliter bottle. It's been a while since I've worn it. 200 milliliter bottle. I got it for around $40. And again, for the club, especially for the people who prefer designer fragrances, that would probably be your best pick. Now let me get into my top two. Number two coming in, may surprise some of you, is Naxos from Xerjoff. This is, I've always loved this fragrance. Just listen to the notes. You've got bergamot, lemon, lavender, then you have jasmine, cinnamon, honey, cashmeran, tobacco leaf, tonka, and vanilla. What I love about this one is the cinnamon, honey, tobacco leaf notes. Those just do it for me. I think it just, every time I smell it, it blows me away. This is such a classic fragrance, maybe the most popular from the Xerjoff line just in general. But for the club, if you've never worn it out, it's a banger. It's going to attract women. It's going to get compliments. It's going to last all night. It is going to be sexy. It's going to be good if you want to get intimate. Really special fragrance, Naxos. As you see, I'm almost out. I'm going to have to be getting a new bottle soon, but I still have a little bit left. A couple nights left at the club right there. Leads me to my number one clubbing fragrance. It's been high on my date list. That is, maybe you saw it. You see it in my hand there. Of course you can. Ba-ba! That is Kalan from Parfums de Marly. I've talked about this when this came out a couple years ago. I was not in love with this fragrance. I thought it just didn't wow me when I first smelled it. A couple years later, talking to Maurice and I were talking about fragrances that are just bangers, that just project, that people love, that he gets tons of compliments from. And he mentioned Kalan. And I gotta say, I was shocked. So I put it on that night. I wore it out with a bunch of girls that I was meeting, and every single one of them, all three of them, for those of you who've seen this video, there are three of the girls that were on the TV show with me. My Mom, Your Dad on HBO Max, the TV show that I was on, the dating show. They came to visit me here in Miami after we filmed, and I had this on, and they all went completely nuts. This is, and I've worn it out now ever since then so many times. I get so many compliments. It's 12 plus hours on my skin. It's got all the notes that women love. It's got, orange. At the top, you have blood orange, black pepper, and spices. You have then lavender, orange blossom, cashmere wood in the heart. And then you have tonka bean. You have white sandalwood. You have dry amber at the bottom. Obviously, there's more notes in there. But if you like any of that combination, it definitely has a spicy kind of fiery orange opening that reminds some people of Baccarat Rouge, whether you like that or not, just giving it out there. I think it's totally different. But this is Never Let Me Down. This is my kind of go-to, almost dumb reach now when I don't know what to wear, either for maybe even a first date or a night out on the town where I want to impress. And it's spicy, it's fiery, it gives me energy. It's like I'm ready to hit the floor, I'm ready to dance, I'm ready to listen to music, I'm ready to, whatever the night brings. So there you have it, ended up being my top 5 clubbing fragrances. I was confusing it with date. My top 5 clubbing fragrances. Let me know what you guys think of this list. Let me know what you guys like to wear when you go out clubbing. Thank you always for watching. As always, for watching. Thank you for the support, especially in these difficult times with my mom passing. I really appreciate all the love I've gotten. Even my kids have enjoyed watching how you guys have just supported me during this time, and I really appreciate it. I'll be back soon with another video. Peace, love, and perfumes.